So part of me wants to have this whole gimmick where we do a mic check and
Hold on. I get no kick from champagne. Mere alcohol doesn't thrill me at all.
Oh,
so tell me why shouldn't it be true that I get a kick out of brew?
Shout out to MF Doom now and forever.
That's actually Frank Sinatra, but
shout out to MF Doom for poorly singing it on that song.
Poorly singing it and adding the brew at the end.
You kind of forget that like MF Doom is from New York.
Kind of, he is from New York.
Because he's it's Slick Rick who's like technically British, but he's from New York. I think MF Doom is too actually. It's weird, like for all intents and purposes, he's from New York, but he's like
he has like a New York accent and everything.
Yeah, it's heavy as shit too.
Yeah, exactly.
Shout out to MF Doom. Shout out to Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
Shout out to Frank Sinatra for having mob ties.
Facts. That's how he got big.
We don't really have that anymore. Like, I guess rappers have gang ties, but it's not really the same.
Nah, because everybody's snitching on each other.
Yo,
no shout out to 6ix9ine.
Hey!
No shout out to 6ix9ine.
I think today might be pretty heavy on the no shout outs. Did you see what Lana Del Rey said?
No shout out to Lana Del Rey.
No shout out to John Jones.
She only has one good album.
Are we doing that thing that we did with the
Yeah,
Weeknd?
no shout out to John Jones either.
Are we doing that thing that we did with the Weeknd where like we're gonna lump all his first 3 albums into one? Because she kind of did that.
Yeah, she kind of did. I don't know, like her first album, Born to Die.
Because she has like the Born to Die like American edition.
Yeah, I never listened to that edition. I just listened to the original.
All it is Born to Die with like some of her other stuff on it.
Oh, really?
It's kind of like when the Weeknd released Trilogy.
Yeah, but Trilogy.
It was like just all the other. It was like all the stuff that he made.
All the mixtapes, yeah.
Yeah, which I was like, all right, whatever.
But I mean, he remastered them and everything.
That's true.
He switched some shit up.
But I don't mean to like shit on his because it's still a fucking fire album.
Dude,
what's your favorite Weeknd album?
That's so hard. Kissland is probably my favorite album by him.
I should go re-listen to that because
If we're talking about just albums, like I'm not counting Trilogy because that was just 3 mixtapes.
Yeah.
Album wise, it's either Beauty Behind the Madness
I like Beauty Behind the Madness.
Yeah, that was a really good one because he said some real shit on that.
I think I'm gonna revisit Kissland though because apparently that's like a little bit darker and it's not quite as like
so good.
Yeah, everybody's saying that's like because what I've been saying for a while is that he reminds me of Prince, but not Prince's musicality, more like Prince's subject matter. Like, The Weeknd seems like he only listened to Darling Nikki growing up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he just gives me those vibes. It's like, he's kind of like that dark, really, really like...
Yeah, Kissland is very dark.
Yeah,
you'll like
it. That dark, grimy kind of R&B, where it's like...
Yeah.
Like when Prince would say something, you're like a little uncomfortable.
Well, I never really listened to Prince like that, so I can't really judge.
Pretty much watch Purple Rain, you've got it.
Purple Rain's pretty funny. I didn't finish it, but like all the way up until the part where she got naked and then like jumped into the lake.
10 minutes in, bro.
Yeah, I know, right? And then I stopped watching it because I think I had to do a pod.
I was thinking about doing like a movie review pod, and then I was thinking about it, and I was like, nah, because our fight pod was just us watching. Again, that would have been awesome on video.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I had a camera. Could have just did it.
We should start doing video.
Only if we get like a real good studio, dude.
So I was actually talking to my dad about that, and he brought up a really, really good point. He's like, if your whole brand is starving artists, it makes sense to be in like
a garage.
Exactly.
That's true.
Yeah, you're right.
That's true.
The only question I'd have at that point is like the lighting.
Yeah, exactly. We need more lights in here. Plus, like the old car, and then like all the tools and shit in here. It's kind of, it gives that vibe.
Yeah, it does. It does. So I don't know. I think he's right about that. To be honest, like I said, just the lighting. Honestly, you probably just open the garage door and be all right.
The lighting. I mean, we could add some more lights. We got some. What is it? What are those lights like?
Nah, man, just cell phone lights. Just mad cell phone lights.
Yeah, mad cell phone lights.
Just like selfie right here. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Just hold it up the whole time.
So we gotta get through this no shout out list. Or do we have to talk?
Wait,
about
why? No, I'm not talking about 6ix9ine. I'm
Alright,
not
cool.
giving him the time of day.
Let's talk about Lana Del Rey right quick.
Wait, can we talk about John Jones? Why?
Oh yeah. No. Let's
Why
talk
no
about
shout
Jones.
out to John Jones? Just because he denied the contract?
Apparently, he wanted more money to fight heavyweight. Which
Is he wrong though?
I don't know. Because when Ovince St. Preux fought at heavyweight a couple days ago, did he get paid more? I don't know.
I mean, we don't know.
We don't know. So,
But is Ovince St. Preux the same caliber
you're
as
right.
John Jones?
But I mean, here's my thing: if you are going to, if Dana White was like across the board, listen, dude, you don't get paid more for moving weight classes. Okay, cool. If that was just his policy, just across the board, and man, you don't get paid more for moving weight classes. I'm cool with that. If his policy is fighter by fighter, I'm also cool with that. We don't know the policy though. So right now, John Jones kind of comes off looking like a bitch.
Yeah.
Is that fair? Probably not. My only issue was him calling it a super fight with Ngannou, because I don't know if it would be. Because now, if Ngannou's champ, hell yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
If this is for a heavyweight championship, then it is.
Yeah, because if it was like Stipe against John Jones,
Right, exactly.
Then I'd understand why he wanted more money.
Right, but if this is just
I
another
get where you're going
fight,
with it. Yeah.
why do you want more money to fight Ngannou?
Mm-hmm.
Which we all know he's a killer, first of all.
Yeah.
Like, we know that.
His
But
nickname's the Predator. Like,
yeah, super dope too. He's like, yo, if he had dreadlocks, man, it'd be game over.
that'd be nuts if he had dreadlocks
No, he looks way scarier as like just like short
with
hair.
the
though.
with the flat top,
Yeah, he looks way scarier.
with
I'm
the
like,
fade and everything,
let's
with
not-
the designs in there.
Yeah, let's not fuck with that guy.
No.
But yeah, I don't know. So it just comes off weird because like Ngannou, this whole thing makes John Jones is the greatest light heavyweight of all time. And he's the second greatest of all time at making himself look worse than he probably really is.
Mm-hmm.
Tito Ortiz is the worst. Tito Ortiz makes himself look awful all the time.
He's just mad corny. Like,
But I think he'd probably be okay if he didn't have to do all that. Like, John Jones, Chael Sonnen to a point, Colby Covington for sure, Tito Ortiz, a bunch of these guys that seem super corny is because, like, say what you will about Conor McGregor. I feel like he's very genuine in a lot of the things he says.
he's not corny at all, though. Like,
He's not. Like, I think some of the stuff where he said, like, when he told Jose Aldo that he was going to ride through his favela on horseback with his head, I was like, that's unnecessary.
that is unnecessary. I mean,
Was it kind of a badass line to use? I mean, kind of.
yeah, it was badass, but at the same time, it was very.
All the stuff that he said about Habib, very unnecessary.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, okay.
He took it too far.
Talking shit about his manager, whatever, because that manager is actually super skeezy.
Yeah, he
Talking
is.
shit about his religion and his nation.
And his wife and all that
I
stuff.
didn't know he did his wife. That's fucked up.
I think he
didn't know
did.
He had a wife.
What, Khabib?
Yeah.
I think he said something about his. I don't know if he like.
Because I know he talked shit about him being Muslim and like.
Yeah, of course.
Which, come on, dude.
And he offered him like alcohol when he knows he doesn't drink. Like,
Yeah. Actually, I've heard a theory that Conor was drunk as shit during that promo.
Oh, he probably was, dude.
Like, just getting drunk off your own.
He was
liquor.
probably buzzed. I wouldn't say drunk.
I don't know. The way he was acting, I was like, I can definitely see Conor McGregor being a loud drunk.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude. It's Conor McGregor.
Right. Like, but, I mean, I feel like we saw Chael Sonnen and everybody's like, oh man, I'm going to talk shit just like Chael Sonnen. But the thing people forget about Chael Sonnen is that, like, he was a politician. He was literally a politician.
He was kind of goofy about it, even
He
though
was
like,
very
he took it
goofy
too
about
far
it.
sometimes.
He did.
Well, I wouldn't even call it taking it too far, honestly, because he didn't.
There are some things.
There are some things he said about Brazil that like he shouldn't have said.
Yeah.
But like some of it was goofy. Like
Some of it, like when he called himself the American gangster, that's hilarious.
yeah, exactly.
When he said he's from the mean streets of Westland, Oregon,
yeah,
also hilarious. When like that stuff like that is super funny to me. Like that was hilarious because he would like with a straight face, he's like, I'm a gangster. You know where
Yeah.
I'm from Oregon.
I'm from Oregon, bitches.
Like that kind of shit's hilarious. But like when you start talking shit about how like because he did say the only thing that I gave him about Brazil was like he was talking shit about Anderson Silva, as you do, and he goes, "Why is Anderson bowing? Brazil's not a bowing culture. If you bow Brazil, they'll hit you over the head and take your wallet." Which, like,
that's kind of goofy. Like,
that's funny.
Yeah, that's funny and goofy. Like it was.
And then like we had Conor McGregor, who like Conor McGregor. I feel like, have you seen Clockwork Orange, where they have the thing that opens your eyes, like keeps your eyes open?
I never really watched the movie just because of what I've heard of it.
Yeah, me neither. I know like my friend was a huge fan of it, so like that thing that like keeps your eyes open.
I think so.
Like there's
sure.
that picture, like there's like a gif of it. I feel like Conor McGregor just didn't do anything except watch Muhammad Ali videos and Snatch with Brad Pitt, the Guy Ritchie movie with Brad Pitt. Go watch that shit.
Okay.
I feel like that's all he watched. Because, like, the way that he talks is very, like, he doesn't seem like he seems like he believes everything he says, except for the things that are obvious promotion.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And then when you get to Colby Covington, like, it's an act.
He's trying too hard, man. He's going too hard with that whole Trump shit. Like, dude, shut the fuck up, man. I don't think Donald Trump even likes him.
He probably does.
Probably, yeah, you're right.
He probably does.
The Sons like him.
Literally, here's the thing that bugs me the most is, like, this dude lost. Bad.
Yeah.
Got his ass kicked.
He got fucking wrecked.
Guy. Like, it's one thing, like, it's weird because, like, the tweets I was seeing was like, oh, he could still fight. Why didn't you let him keep going? And it's like,
nah, dude, there's a point to where
you ran out of the cage.
Yeah. Jaw broken. Like, I think that just represents America right now. Like,
yeah, like
a dude who's all for Trump just got his ass beat. Like, that just shows
by an immigrant.
Exactly. So what does that tell you?
Right. And I think by another immigrant too. I think like there's actually hella immigrants in the UFC now. I think about it. Like, I don't mean like just like dudes from like Brazil. Like Stipe Miocic, I think he's either an immigrant or his parents are immigrants.
His parents were immigrants. That's what I've heard. His parents were immigrants, and he's first generation.
It's so weird to see,
or something like that.
It's something like that, but it's like it's really weird to see a guy who's like his name is Stipe, and then when you hear him talk, he sounds like Stone Cold.
It's like me, dude. Like
it actually is, yeah.
Yeah, like if I go by my real name, people are gonna be like, "What the fuck? Where's his accent?" Like.
Because you don't sound like Roman from Grand Theft Auto 4.
Yeah, exactly. Like fucking Roman. My cousin.
Cousin, let's go bowling. I was like, damn, do they really love bowling like that? And whatever Eastern European country they're supposed to be from.
They're from Russia, right?
I have no idea.
It doesn't say, but I think they were from Russia.
All they say is like Eastern Europe, and I was like, this is Grand Theft Auto. That can mean anywhere.
Nah, but in that game they had like this leather jacket with the Albanian flag on the back. Hard.
What was I just watching or playing or something where I saw an Albanian flag and I was like, where the fuck are these people coming from?
Everywhere.
Like,
we're taking over.
Was it Fight Night? It might have been Fight Night. I think I was playing Fight Night. There's just like an Albanian flag trunks. I was like, okay, there's no Albanian fucking boxers in this game. What the hell?
Yeah, there's none.
Well, not in the game.
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, no, there's definitely Albanian boxers, but they're not like pro.
Just fighting.
Yeah, they're just fighting for no reason.
Just fighting in like the backyard. Did you ever watch? There's a documentary called Dogfight, which thank God is not about dogfighting. It's about Dada 5000 and the promotions that he was doing.
I think I've seen it,
bro.
I think I've seen it.
Tarps and some chain link fence. That's
it.
Oh
shit! I think I've seen it. Or I think I've seen clips of it.
Shout out to him, though, because, like, they were running it really, really
Dada
well.
5000. That's, like, the funniest name to me.
Yeah, when I saw Dada 5000 versus Kimbo Slice, I was like, no, we're watching this. Like, my girl I was dating at the time, she was like, hey, so what are we doing tonight? I'm like, we're watching this fight. And she's like, all right, well, are you excited for it? I'm like, yeah. She's like, are these, like, really, really good fighters? No.
They suck. in MMA, they suck.
If that was a backyard fight for 30 seconds, it would have been awesome.
Oh yeah, but that whole fight, like, didn't it go all the way and they couldn't?
Fucking how.
Yeah, somehow went all the way and they just couldn't.
Yeah.
their gas tank was like on negative E.
They started rolling back over.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck.
Did you hear what Anthony Smith said about his corner?
I didn't. I think I heard a little clip of it. But
He said he'd fire his corner if they ever stopped to fight for him.
Sounds like someone named Lionheart. Yeah.
Sounds like someone who's really trying to fucking
Die.
Creed himself in the ring. Dude.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Fuck.
Like
he knew he lost. Just end it.
Trust your corner.
Yeah, exactly. He would fire his corner. That's someone that's gonna come out with like brain damage at the end of their.
I hope not, man.
I'm not wishing that on him.
Well, and that's what. So I had this huge rant. I was pissed. I was pissed about Justin Gaethje, like, cause he basically fucked this fight for the next like year and a half at the minimum. But I was mad because my dad is like this big Donald Cerrone fan, and I was like, Donald Cerrone should not be fighting in the UFC anymore. Like, it was pissing me off because Donald Cerrone's getting all these like super high level like main event spots. And I'm like, he's on a fucking 3-fight losing streak.
Yeah.
Because what pissed me off that Donald Cerrone said, he's like, I don't care about fighting for championships. And I was like, well, if you don't care about fighting for championships, why in the fuck are you in the top 5?
He just wants to fight.
That's fine. I'm okay with that.
He's still in the top 5 after losing 3 in a row?
Now he's in the top 12. He's still in top 15. How are you even in the top 15 losing 3 in a row? But my thing is like, first of all, I like Donald Cerrone. That's a tough motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
That dude, I hate when people say this, like, about, oh, he's a real fighter. But he kind of is. Like, I like Donald Cerrone a lot. But my favorite fighter of all time is BJ Penn. BJ Penn...
That's interesting.
...was the dude... Okay, well, check this out. So, my first MMA match that I ever watched, I came home from school, and this was 07. It had to have been 07, maybe 06. And I turn on the TV, you know, I just get home from school, I'm about to do homework, I get a snack, turn on TV, and I'm watching, I didn't know what it was at the time. All I saw was this big dude in camouflage shorts slamming the fuck out of this guy and then punching him in the face. I thought it was wrestling. Turned out to be Pride FC.
Oh, shit.
And it was Rampage Jackson versus Ricardo Arona. So, I see this guy in camo howling and having this giant-ass chain. I'm like, that's my fucking guy. So Rampage was like the first dude I started watching. At the same time I'm watching this, and like I had to sneak it because you gotta remember my parents are, you know, double my age. So my mom thought that UFC was like this blood sport and like all these different things. So I had to hide it.
Human cockfighting.
Yeah, and now she's like completely on the other side, which is hilarious. But at the same time, BJ Penn was like a star because I was living in Hawaii.
Yeah, I remember.
So BJ Penn's like a star. Mm-hmm. And he was the first UFC fight I watched. Was BJ Penn on like a Spike Ultimate Fighter type thing.
Yep.
So BJ Penn and Rampage are like my guys. Like I've had others here and there, like Ben Henderson. Like I met him one time. Like I met Ben. He's a super cool guy. The Diaz brothers, of course. Like there's other guys, but like those were like my first favorite players.
Ben Henderson.
Yeah.
Talking about Dan Henderson?
No, Ben Henderson.
Ben Henderson. Why can't I put a face to that? I know he's...
Yeah, he was a UFC lightweight. Now I'm not sure what he's up to now. I think he's
still fighting?
He's a welterweight in Bellator now. Yeah, so that's a crazy story too. But so BJ Penn's my guy, and I was starting to get pissed because what they were doing with BJ was basically he would keep fighting as long as the UFC kept giving him fights, and the UFC kept giving him fights, and he was losing like 8 fights in a row.
Isn't he from Arizona?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So they kept giving BJ fights, and BJ Penn kept getting his ass kicked.
He's the one that got knocked out by fucking Anthony Pettis, right? Off the cage.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. Like
No, that was crazy. Actually, what's really crazy, he didn't get knocked out. Somehow he stayed awake.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Shout out to him because
I think just the momentum made him fall or some shit.
Yeah, like rewatching it, he took that shot.
Yeah.
But oh my god, if he was like 6 inches closer and he caught him with the shin, it would have been night.
Yeah,
he caught him with like the foot, like the top and the front of the foot. Yep. So it knocked him down. But he shot to him. He stayed awake because I thought he got knocked out too. And then when I rewatched, I'm like, he shot for a single leg right after that. Like,
yeah, exactly.
But watching BJ Penn get his ass kicked over like 4 weight classes, and I was like, dude, just let him retire in peace. you're fucking this guy's career up because
isn't he like on a 7-fight lose streak or something?
Now he's not fighting anymore, but he just got knocked out in a bar in Hawaii.
Yeah, I heard about that.
And it's like, dude. Now at this point, this is on BJ. Like BJ's got to get people around him. But like, I worry about Cerrone because it's like, listen, you're putting him against killers.
Well, yeah, how are you going to put him against...
his ass kicked.
How are you going to put him against Conor McGregor? Conor McGregor beat his ass...
Conor McGregor.
With
Anthony
fucking
Pettis,
elbows.
Tony Ferguson.
Shoulders, I mean.
Right. Like, you're putting him up against killers.
Anthony Pettis, is he a killer still?
He knocked out Stephen Thompson.
That's true, he did.
Like, you're still putting him up against guys that are absolutely top-level fighters, and he's losing. And when I was telling my dad, I was like, listen, if he wants to fight, the perfect place to go for him would be Bellator. And that's not a shot, because what Bellator is doing, you can have sponsors on your trunks just like the old days. You're getting these huge money fights against guys that are like up-and-comers.
Mm-hmm.
Like Rory McDonald just went down to Bellator, fought 2 fights, won the championship, and then fought in champion versus champion fight his next fight, and then fought in a tournament. It was like, it went over like months. It wasn't one night tournament. That'd be crazy. But like, Bellator would be perfect for him.
It would be. Yeah, you're right.
Like, I would love to see Donald Cerrone in Bellator because there's no stakes at that point. You can just fight. Instead of worrying about this ranking and now you're holding up divisions. Now
I don't know. Maybe they could do a trade.
I would love to see a trade. I would love to see MVP for Donald Cerrone.
Who's MVP?
Oh, dude. MVP is this crazy striker from England.
Okay.
Michael Page. Nicknamed Michael Venom Page. He cracked a dude's skull with his knee.
I know who you're talking about.
The guy's absolutely insane.
Yep.
Him versus Israel Adesanya? Fuck.
Oh, shit.
Fuck.
You think Adesanya is going to stay the champion? Mm-hmm. Yeah?
I don't know who beats him right now.
You think Paulo Costa beats him?
Paulo Costa needs to beat USADA. Paulo Costa needs to beat the steroid trial before he started talking about championships.
Yeah, he looks like fucking Vitor Belfort when he was juicing.
Man. Oh, what was I watching the other day? Oh, Alistair. Oh, the Alistair Overeem fight.
Yeah.
My mom's like, what happened to him? And my other brother, and my youngest brother's like, drug testing.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, he still looks good for his age, though.
But, like...
He doesn't look like he used to.
Alistair Overeem in, like, 2012?
Yeah, exactly. Like... yeah, compared to now, it's different.
Which, hey, that's 8 years. I get it. I understand. Yeah. But Alistair Overeem in 2012 was like... Have you ever seen that video of Ariane Celeste? And she, like, sees him and she's like...
Yeah.
And I was like, bro... do you know how many women... Like, or do you know how many bodies ring girls see? Because you got to think about it. You're at a fight every week. You're at weigh-ins every week. You're doing photo shoots. You're probably modeling on the side. Like, I follow Ariane on Twitter, on Instagram. She does a lot of modeling on the side, not with the UFC. So you're around just beautiful people all the time. For you to be shocked at how somebody looks.
Nah, he did. Yeah, bro. Like, pause. He did look good. Like, back then.
Here's my thing. Did he? Or did he just look like a fucking superhero?
No, he looked like... Yeah, it's the thing. He looked like a fucking... Like...
My man looked like Gears of War.
He looked like Bane in the old...
He did.
In the old fucking Batman movies.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Because, like, that dude looked like a fucking killer.
Because isn't he, like, 6'5", 6'4"? Like he's huge, dude. Yeah. Like, he's a freak of nature. He's almost 40. He's still doing this. Like... Well, exactly. Yeah, he's still doing. He looked really good in that fight.
He did, and I think that's the craziest thing, is that like holy shit, dude, these 40-year-old guys are like it's like Mike Tyson, how they're talking about him coming back and fighting an exhibition fight.
Yeah,
I don't want to fight God of War Mike Tyson. Your man looks like he just got done. Your man looks like a retired. He said God of War Mike Tyson. Like, your man has like a gray beard in that. Know what Mike Tyson looks like? Did you watch Dragon Ball Z? Like here and there?
Not really, no.
Fuck. Do you know who Master Roshi is? He's like the really skinny old guy.
Yeah, with the
There's an
goatee,
episode
right?
where he takes off his shirt and he's fucking ripped.
Okay.
And like that's what, like Mike Tyson, because like he looks like Mike
It's
Tyson
the guy with the white goatee, right?
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
But Mike Tyson has a fucking cartoon where he plays a Scooby-Doo, basically. It's hilarious. Mike Tyson's Mysteries is the greatest thing ever. Mm-hmm. It's just him basically being...
Like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's just him basically being Scooby-Doo. And he's got a podcast where he just like hangs out and talks to boxers. And he looks like, oh man, look how well adjusted this guy is. Like, man, he's got a family, you know, got some daughters, stays out of the spotlight for, you know, the wrong reasons. And then it's like, yo, I feel better than I ever have in my entire fighting career. And you're like, fam, you're 50-some years old, and you look like an absolute monster.
Yeah, he does, and it's scary.
He looks like a king who needs to go save his tribe. Like, that's what he looks like. I'm like, holy shit, man. Like,
he looks like Leonidas.
He does. And my dad was like, man, don't you want to see him fight some of the top heavyweights? I'm like, no, not right now. But maybe.
Hopefully.
I think some guys piece him up. I think Tyson Fury beats him.
Oh, for sure.
I think Deontay Wilder beats him.
Yeah.
I think he beats the shit out of like Andy Ruiz though.
Oh yeah. Or well no, he's saying he wants to do an exhibition or like a charity fight against Evander Holyfield again.
I don't see Evander Holyfield winning that.
I'm like, is Evander
the last time I saw Evander Holyfield, he was hanging out with his kid at a college football game.
Really?
The last time I saw Mike Tyson, he was going hard on the bag.
On the bags, yep.
With resistance bands.
Yep.
Like...
No, those videos are scary, dude. At that age, like, hitting those mitts like that.
I haven't talked to Jacob about this. I know he's a big boxing fan. We gotta have him back on. But I know that Jake is a big boxing fan. I haven't talked to him about this, but my buddy Nico is a huge boxing fan. Mm-hmm. Like his dad, I think his dad or his uncle was a boxer in Panama, and his dad or his uncle was a boxer in Panama, I think. And then his other relationship, like it, was like a baseball player in Panama. So like baseball and boxing are like his shit. Mm-hmm. My boy Nico's basically 6 years old because he listens to like a bunch of like older rock. He listens to he hit me up like out of the blue one day. He's like, yo, man, when was the last time you listened to Black Sabbath? I was like, I don't know, like 2 weeks ago.
I fucking love Black Sabbath.
Me too. He's like, when was the last time you listened to Black Sabbath? I was like, I don't know, 2 weeks ago or something like that. He's like, all right, dope. I didn't hear from him for like 2 days. I was like, oh, is that my check-in? But no, I love Nico, man. He's even like, yo, man, Mike Tyson looking kind of good, bro. But so, you know, when like boxing fans, because like, he's a boxing fan the same way that I'm an MMA fan. So like, we talk a lot about different things like back and forth because like, little things, because like he didn't know that the UFC isn't like he didn't know that MMA had more than one promotion. He thought it was just UFC.
Yeah.
And so when I was telling, he's like,
a lot of people think that.
Yeah, well, which makes sense. I mean, the NFL is basically football.
Yeah.
The NBA is basically basketball. Like, I get it, I understand. But so he didn't like. I was explaining to him like one championship. I'm like, no, like when you go to different parts of the world, there's different rules. Because in boxing, it's pretty much the same. Like, it's not like, yo, man, you're in Japan, just let you know, you can punch to the back of the head here. But, like, in MMA, like, no, you're in Japan. Watch those knees to the head. Like, you will get kneed in the head when you're on the ground.
Yeah.
Or watch yourself. And so, like, explain that to him, and I think he's starting to, like, come around and, like, you know, watch it more. Because he was one of those, like, oh, boxing's better than MMA. Like, well, and I think he expected me to, like, be that guy who's like, no, it's not. But I was like, no, a boxer would kick an MMA fighter's ass in a boxing match, except for maybe like 2 or 3 exceptions.
Yeah.
And an MMA fighter would kick the shit out of a boxer in an MMA fight, except for maybe 2 or 3 exceptions.
Mm-hmm. Do you think Deontay Wilder would be really good at MMA?
He might be too tall. And the reason why I say this is because when you think he's 6'7", that's a lot of room for wrestlers just to grab him.
Yeah,
like, that's true. A lot of body to grab.
That's like Stefan Struve getting knocked
out. Yeah, it's not like that. But the thing is, I think it's hard to teach a boxer MMA because of like takedowns. Like my dad thinks that the best base for MMA is wrestling. I disagree. I think it's like a jiu-jitsu. because I'd rather know how to submit somebody than take them down.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's easier to teach a wrestler how to punch than it is to teach a boxer how to wrestle. Because let's be real, you don't have to learn how to box really in MMA right now. Right now, I think in the future you'll need to know how to box. You really just need to know how to punch.
I mean, look at Ben Askren.
Yeah, exactly.
His whole career before the UFC, obviously.
He was basically just wrestling.
Yeah.
And you just don't see the same, like, you don't see strikers with the same amount of success. So I think, but, I mean, I think there's certain guys who have the mentality for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think Manny Pacquiao would have been crazy in the boxing, as an MMA fighter.
Against Henry Cejudo and shit.
But, I mean, like, I think there's certain guys, like, I think Mike Tyson would have been a hell of an MMA fighter. I think Manny Pacquiao would have been a good MMA fighter. Roberto Duran would have been crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I can see Evander Holyfield, actually. I can kind of see that. I think they're, like, I know everybody says, like, well, what about Muhammad Ali? And I'm like, the way he moved, bro, like, nah, stay to boxing. Stick with boxing.
Well, he technically did an MMA fight.
He did.
He was one of the first.
The fact that he fought... So here's the craziest part about that is, like, Antonio Inoki in Japan is basically Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. That's what I've heard when I like learn more about it.
He's basically Hulk Hogan in Japan. So, like, imagine, except not racist, probably.
Who fucking knows nowadays, man?
Facts. But he's basically like... that would be the equivalent of, like... I can't even... It's so weird because, like... That would be like if John Cena fought, like, Vin Diesel. Or, like, Jason Statham. Like, you could, because, like, think about how big a star Ali would have been in, like, what, 74, I think it was, or 70.
Some shit like that.
Think how big a star Ali would have been in the 70s. Like, basically, like, that's like if LeBron just, like, one day was just like, fuck it, and just came to the NFL and, like, played against Tom Brady.
And he won a Super Bowl.
Yeah. And just, like, nah, fuck it. Like, like, we don't see that anymore. You don't see, like, Bo Jacksons. You don't see Deion Sanderses. You don't see...
Michael Jordan wanted to be Bo Jackson so bad. So,
they're, like, a year apart from playing on the same team, actually.
Really?
Which thinking about it, probably turns me to...
Well, after watching The Last Dance, apparently Michael Jordan was getting better at baseball.
You know who's low-key kind of decent at baseball?
Who?
Tim Tebow.
I could see that.
I mean, yeah, like, they're like, yeah, he hasn't played since high school, so we got him playing double-A ball. I'm like, as you should.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Because, like, somebody was talking to me about, I think it was Nico again, but he's like, yo, what do you think about Tim Tebow playing? I'm like, as long as he doesn't play Major League Baseball until he's ready, I don't care.
Yeah.
If you get the chance to do some shit and have some fun with it, fuck it.
Tim Tebow, man, he was really good in college.
I don't think he got a fair shake in the NFL. I really don't.
Nah. What about Johnny Manziel?
I really just want to see him drafted to the Cowboys. That way they could just... They wanted that so bad, too. You can tell. Like, Johnny Manziel didn't fit in Cleveland. Get the fuck out of here. I think in Dallas, he's like... Jeez, can you imagine Johnny Manziel in Dallas?
That'd be nuts.
There'd be a problem in every strip club once a week.
He'd end up in Houston.
Yeah. Like the night before game.
Yeah, exactly. He's in Houston. He's got to go to Dallas.
You know what pisses me off, dude? And, like, I'm not a football fan anymore. 3 reasons I'm not a football... 4 reasons, actually. The NFL shits on anyone with a cause. Because at first, I actually changed my stance a little bit. At first, it was just Kaepernick. And then I realized what they did to Tebow was kind of the same thing they did to Kaepernick. And then I read the story about a guy who wanted to wear pink cleats because his mom, sister, auntie, and someone else had all died of breast cancer. And
okay.
I'll pause it. And we're back.
Hello.
But I read about this guy who, like, his mom, sister, and auntie had all died of breast cancer. Mm-hmm. And the NFL wouldn't let him wear pink cleats.
I've heard of that.
October.
I heard of that, yeah.
So I was like, oh, you guys just don't want anybody step... Like, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
So it was that. It was the concussions because you can tell how much they don't care.
No.
And I think I was telling Mike this, but like, you can't have concussions, racial issues. If you wanted to argue like religious issues with Tim Tebow, issues with like people not being able to express themselves, breast cancer issues, and like personal problem, not personal problems like that, like personal social responsibility. And the Bears suck? Nah, fuck you. Nah. Because here's the thing that pissed me off about the Bears is like, I just found out that they didn't even give Deshaun Watson a look in the draft.
I don't even know who that is, sorry.
Deshaun Watson is like... So the Bears had a chance to draft Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. They passed on both of them and traded up to get Mitch Trubisky. I know you've heard of Patrick Mahomes.
Well, I know who he is.
And that's the thing that gets me is that, like... I was like, huh. Patrick Mahomes is mixed. Well, he's black. Deshaun Watson's black. That's a very Bears thing to do, is to not draft a black quarterback. That's a very Bears thing to do. Is like, I can totally see the Bears doing that just because it's like not tradition or some bullshit. So, But yeah, no, I used to miss football, and then I realized that I watch college football here and there, but college football is more fun to watch anyway.
I've never really been a football fan like that, man.
That's kind of how I feel now.
Like, I'd play Madden and shit, but, like, that's it.
Yeah.
I tried my hardest to watch football like that. I just can't do it. I like basketball way too much.
Yeah, basketball, soccer, and MMA are the sports I'm, like, turning on.
Yeah, and MMA, of course.
Like, basketball, soccer, mixed martial arts. I mean, I like sports in general, so there's not many sports I won't watch. Like, you know what I got really into, though, recently? Formula One racing.
That shit's pretty fun.
It's super interesting.
Yeah.
And it's different than NASCAR because there's like all these like crazy politics with like, oh, well, we've never had a French driver win this. And it's super interesting. Like, people really, really hate Lewis Hamilton, my guy.
My guy.
Nah. Like, did you root for Lewis Hamilton just because he's black? Yeah. Did you root for him harder once you found out that he was like 3-time defending champion? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how that goes. But I mean, I feel like that's justified. You would root for somebody just because they're Albanian.
Oh yeah, that's just Albanian pride. Like,
yeah, that's how I feel about it.
Unless they're racist or something.
Right. And like my dad was like, well, would you do that with like? He's like, well, if I did that with white people, I'd be like, oh no, I'm definitely calling you out. But like, if you did that with Swedish people, I'm completely cool with it.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Like, there's a difference there. That's why I keep telling people. Like, listen, man, if you have a white pride day, I'm calling the feds. If you have Italian
the feds.
If you have Italian Pride Day,
yeah,
I will be the first one there, I swear to God.
Yeah, exactly.
It's different. Even if you had like, now American Pride is kind of like shifted its meaning now. But even if you had like, oh, we're having an American Pride Day, I'd be like, so there's going to be mad hot dogs there, basically.
Mad burgers.
Yeah, man, like it sounds like a cookout.
Someone's going to have a heart attack.
Facts, for sure. But like like when you put like black is only really different just because like of slavery, but if you had like Albanian pride or what Action Bronson have in the video,
Albanian awareness.
Well, yeah, man, if you had Albanian awareness, like, I'm showing up.
Oh, for sure. There's an Albanian Day in New York.
I'm surprised there's not one here.
There's a Puerto Rican Day parade out there too, and all that shit.
Yeah, guess who's showing up to both those things?
Big Body Bess.
Facts. Actually, this is true. I've been invited to Pride Day, Pride Month. Yo, shout out to the gays. I'm sorry to say that. Shout out to Pride Month for having Pride Month in June, but also having Pride Day in like February. I was like, damn, that's the move. Imagine if like you had so you got Black History Month in February. Imagine if you had Black History Day in like October. It's like, nah, fuck it. We having parades.
Yeah, exactly. There's no difference in that.
You know what, man? I support people who feel like, as long as you're not hateful, I support people having a place, feeling like they have a place to be.
Yeah.
If you
up until people just start saying, no, this is America, you got to get out. That's when I.
Once you get hateful, like, not.
Yeah, exactly. Like, get the fuck out of here.
But if like you are like
immigrants keep this country going, like, shut the fuck up.
It's true.
You can slap me in the face for saying that. I don't care. I'll slap you back.
You really no, y'all can't slap him in the face because 9 times out of 10 you agree with us if you're listening to this podcast for one.
Yeah, exactly. If you
for
know,
one, if you probably agree with.
If we know who we are, like, come on.
And like number 2, like we got a big crew of people who aren't gonna let anybody slap anybody in the face.
No,
we got a lot of people who are like, fam.
I wouldn't let anybody slap me in the face. I would see it coming.
Who was it? Maybe it was a comedian. But he's like, if you get kicked in the face, you deserve to get kicked in the face.
Oh, yeah, I saw that. I heard about that. That shit's funny as hell. It's so true. If a foot is coming towards your face and you're not in an MMA fight, you really did something wrong. You really did something wrong. Like, you must have said some shit to really piss that person off to have that foot come to your face like that. I got
in a fight one time. Actually, kind of recently. Not recently enough to, like this hasn't happened, like, last week. This was, like, a couple years ago. Got in a fight with somebody. He was a wrestler. So he shot for a takedown. Mm-hmm. I am not an MMA fighter. Don't train at MMA gyms. I have been to MMA gyms. I have sparred with boxers. I had one guy when I was in the Army. He was a boxer. He taught me how to box rather than punch. I'm not like Golden Gloves. I'm not... Oh, I'm a white belt jiu-jitsu, and I don't even do jiu-jitsu like that. I've gone to a couple things with my brothers a few times, and there's a guy across the highway who used to run the class on basic submissions. Other than that, it's all been like schoolyard dumb shit fights. That being said, when I tell you I hit a sprawl and followed it up with knees and punches to the head, I was like, oh shit, I'm good at this.
I watch too much MMA.
It's weird how much you can just like watch and notice and learn from that though. Like just in general.
No, for sure, dude.
You know what I've been doing actually? This is actually another... I'm kind of glad that we took like what, a week, almost a week off.
Yeah, it's been like a week.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad that we did that because like...
We needed like a mental health week.
Yeah. Speaking of which, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling good, man.
That's good.
For the most part. I mean, I'm back at work, so...
I mean, yeah. I didn't know this, but the whole state's open now.
Yeah, it is. It's scary.
I hate this.
I do too.
I'm getting tattooed Saturday. I'm wearing a mask. You bet your ass I'm wearing a mask. Bars.
Who cares? Bet your ass I'm wearing a mask.
But no, it's good. That's good. How are you and you and your lady?
We're good, man.
Hell yeah, good.
All good.
See, man, you gotta have real you gotta really know that things are good to ask that question, because like you don't want to hear. Well, actually, it's like no, that's not what I expected.
Well, I mean, even if it was bad, I wouldn't say it on the pod.
Smart.
You know,
Smart.
I don't air my problems out like that.
Yeah,
unless it's like mental health and like personal shit, then I would. But
as long as you don't drop names, but you can't be like. The thing that you can't be like is like, I'm trying to think of a girl's name that I've no plans on talking to. Fuck. Well, I got one, but she's actually been liking a couple of the pictures from the podcast. So I like.
Don't be saying it.
Yeah,
don't say the name.
I can't really say.
Don't say the name. Don't be that guy.
But like, imagine if like you were like talking about a girl and you're like, yeah, and there's this girl. We're gonna call her
James.
Yeah, James, or like you're like Schmebra. You're like
Schmebra.
Punch me. You're like, no, dude, shut up. Like
Schmarbra.
Schmarbra. I've been watching a bunch of like cooking shows recently. But
dude, I've been on the diners, drive-ins, and dives wave.
I've been watching a bunch of First We Feast.
Okay, I respect that.
Okay, I'm not a fan of Maddie Madison.
I'm not either.
Okay, cool.
I don't like Maddie Matheson just because of the... Or Matt, is that...
I don't know, dude.
Well, you know why? Is because Action Bronson said this the best way possible about Vice. They're like, all right, they had me, and then they found another fat guy that can do what I do.
That they were cool.
They are cool. They are, but Action Bronson did say that. He's like, I just found it funny how they found another fat guy that could cook, and they put him on Vice. Like, I don't get why they did that when they had me.
He knows why.
Yeah, exactly.
He knows why. But I've been watching. So First We Feast, I think that's actually technically Complex.
Yeah, it is Complex.
Isn't
that with Sean?
Sean Evans is on it.
Yeah.
Because it's like a whole channel. Like Hot Ones is there.
Yep.
So Hot Ones is Sean Evans, who shout out to Sean Evans for being from Chicago, because I didn't know that. Alvin Kalen does the burger show, or Kylan, I'm not sure. He only
the big dude.
Yeah, the Filipino guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He does the burger show. Now they have one where it's called the Burger Scholar, and it's the guy who he hangs out with all the time. His name is Moats. He does stuff on there too, and then they bring on Maddie Matheson every now and then.
Shout out Complex for coming out with crazy shit.
Here's the crazy thing about Complex to me is that like there's a lot about Complex I'm not a fan of. Like their music stuff, I don't like how they report shit.
I
don't like how they report shit, but when it comes to sneaker shopping,
I like sneaker shopping to a point.
Yeah, me too.
It's very repetitive.
It is.
Like
they bring on pretty good guests.
I wish Joe LaPuma could ask the same kind of questions that Sean Evan does on Hot Ones. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like ask him, like keep it sneaker related, but like more detailed.
Yeah.
You know? I think me and Jacob had a conversation about this once, and he put it into perspective. He's like, yeah, basically what I'm saying right now is what he basically told me, and I'm just like, that makes a lot of sense.
I am a little bit surprised, because I feel like some guests that they bring on are like, there's certain people, and it's not just women, so I don't want it to be like, but like, I don't care what sneakers the chick from like Game of Thrones is wearing. I don't care what sneakers the dude from Game of Thrones is wearing. Now, if you had somebody like, I'm trying to think of a good guest that's like kind of outside the norm.
Pop Smoke.
No, we know what, like, rappers are always going to be going sneaker shopping.
Yeah, facts.
Rappers and athletes are always going to be going sneaker shopping. Mm-hmm. But like, I'm trying to think. You know who'd be a great guest actually? Who I can see being a good one? Misty Copeland, the ballerina. She's like the first major black ballerina in the school of dance.
I can't put I know the name,
but she would be great.
Okay.
Someone where it's like, okay, you do something that's completely different. What shoes do you like? What sneakers would you like? What sneakers do you like? Or somebody who has like no business being around sneakers at all, because we know what sneakers most people who don't wear sneakers are gonna pick. Stan Smith, maybe an Air Force.
New Balance, people probably are gonna stick to like the regular shit.
No, it would actually be a really good guest I can see. Adam Sandler. I can see Adam Sandler being a really good guest.
Mm-hmm. Adam Sandler would be really good.
Like something like that. Like somebody who's like not really in the public eye the same way.
No, he should be the guy from Uncut Gems. The character from Uncut Gems.
I haven't seen that yet.
That'd be fun.
Is it good?
It's a fucking trip, dude.
I think it's coming out on Netflix. I want to watch it.
Probably.
It's either Netflix or Hulu's coming out.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm not going to ruin it for you because just the movie's crazy, but you're going to feel like you're having an anxiety attack the whole time just because like that's how
Is it edited like that? Or is it just
it's edited that way.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Last movie I saw like that was Mad Max.
I've never seen Mad Max. So, yeah.
You watch Mad Max, I watch Uncut Gems.
Okay, good. Uncut Gems will have you like, what the fuck is going on?
I love those movies.
Well, no, it makes you uneasy.
Is it like Wolf of Wall Street?
No.
Like towards the end of Wolf of Wall Street when it gets really like weird?
It's not like that. Like the whole time you're just on edge.
Really? Okay, that's interesting.
It's
like
very
a Goodfellas type thing almost.
No. It's hard. It's hard to explain. Like once you watch, you're gonna be like, okay,
cool.
I get what he's saying.
Yeah, no, I'll definitely give that a look.
It's like, okay, think of like anxiety times 100.
Part of me doesn't want to watch that at all, but I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So
like at the end, that's when you start feeling like really good, and then just some shit happens. You're like, what the fuck?
Okay, no, I'll peep that. I'll definitely peep that. Somebody told me that was like really boring and shitty, and I was like, okay, but like I feel like it's not.
No, there's a lot of people that didn't like it, and I understand why they don't, but like I'm a huge fan of Adam Sandler.
Okay, is it because it's not Waterboy or
Happy
Gilmore?
It's not Waterboy or Happy Gilmore,
it doesn't
dude.
look like that.
It's nothing like that. He played a really he killed that role.
Is it based on a true story?
No. It's just written by these brothers. I forgot their names, but it's not based on.
It looked like it was based on a true story.
Yeah, it looks like it too. It seems like it would be like that shit could really happen, but
Because
it's really good.
No, I'm gonna peep that. I'm definitely gonna check that out.
You should, man.
But I think Adam Sandler would be a great character and a great person on like sneaker shopping. Because when you look at Hot Ones, it's like not just food people.
Yeah, of course. I mean, they had like Martin Lawrence and
like Stone Cold was on there. Like
no, I'm talking about they had him on Sneaker Shopping. They had Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. Who else? They had Deezus and Mero on Sneaker Shopping.
Those are good guests. I would just like to see like the same way that Hot Ones will be like, yo, we got so and so.
They had Impractical Jokers on there.
That's a really good one.
Yeah, that's
a really good.
They had Sal and what's his name? I think it was Joe. Sal and Joe on there. It wasn't all four. I can see
Joe actually wearing a sneaker. I think it's Joe.
Sal, yeah, Joe was like a real sneakerhead. He knew what he was talking about.
I can see that.
For the most part. I mean, for being his age and all that stuff.
Yeah. But I mean, like, I would like to see more stuff like that. Like that's not saying don't leave the rappers and actors on there.
Yeah, exactly.
But
I get what you're saying though. Like, I agree with you.
And stop trying to like jump on like certain people that don't know anything about sneakers unless you're trying to get them into sneakers.
It's actually really funny because most of the rappers that go on there don't know what the fuck they're talking about.
They just buy Jordan?
Yeah, they just buy Jordan or, Balenciaga and all that stuff. Like,
yeah, I'm not a fan of those.
Well, I'm not going to say most of them because most of them know what they're talking about.
No.
A lot of them are sneakerheads, but like the ones that don't know, like they just act like they're... I sound like a hater right now, honestly. That's just what I sound like.
Go ahead.
Just because of the fact that, like, I am a big sneakerhead, and like having people on there. Fuck, where am I going? I don't even know where I'm going with that. I feel like I'm rambling.
It is weird.
I feel like Joe Biden.
I've had... Jeez. This is starting to become political
podcast.
This is getting there. But, actually, this is kind of an offshoot, and we don't have to discuss it right now. I think everything is politics.
Oh, yeah,
and
for sure.
The longer I live, is just like...
Everything is politics,
but, I'm okay with certain people just being like, I don't know shit, because I've seen it a couple times. Somebody's like, yo, I don't know shit about this shoe, but the colors are fucking dope.
Yeah, exactly. People like that, I respect people like that. Like, they don't have to know what it is, but they're like, yo, this is a dope-ass colorway, and like...
I've seen people that don't know shit about... It's funny, I've seen people that don't know shit about shoes, and I'm like, oh, you picked those?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, man, this is sick. I'm like, is it?
Yeah, but my thing is...
I'm surprised it's at Flight Club, for real.
I respect people that do shit like that, just because, like... Even if I don't like it, I like the fact that you like it. That's all. That's what sneakers are all about, you know?
Kanye, I think, would be really interesting.
Kanye sneaker shopping would be wild.
Because I don't think he's the type of person that would just buy all Yeezys.
Nah. I don't think he'd buy Nikes on there, but he'd just go all Adidas.
Yeah, probably. Adidas and like some luxury ass brand.
Yeah. Some Louis.
Yeah. Oh, PJ Tucker would be awesome.
PJ Tucker's been on there twice.
Three-peat.
Another one? Another one.
I gotta watch the PJ Tucker one. That'd be dope. But no, I just think that like, especially, or get people who like don't look like they ever wear sneakers.
They had Chris Daly on there.
The comedian?
Yeah. They had another comedian. He was
pretty good. I like Chris Daly.
Fuck, I forgot his name. He was in The Irishman. I can't think of his name, but he was on there. And he wasn't a sneakerhead. He like made fun of sneakers. It was pretty cool. Like,
is he one of those guys that like only wears like boots and shit?
Nah. He wore sneakers, but he was like, he wrote some jokes down for the show and shit.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get your shit off, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man, he's got a special remote. Fuck off. Oh, Sebastian, whatever.
Yeah. There we go. That guy.
You know why? And this is petty. He pissed me off because I just got my tattoos done. Like a couple tattoos, and my mom was not a fan of tattoos at the time. Now she has a tattoo, and she's looking to get another one. And she's like, "Yeah, you know what this comedian said is that he doesn't get tattoos because you don't put bumper stickers on a Ferrari." I was like, "Disney said he's a Ferrari?"
Yeah, like, exactly. The fuck out of here. People like that are mad corny to me when they say shit like that.
Especially because like
that's just like a Juggalo quote. Even though Juggalos have tattoos and shit. But you get what I'm saying? It's like cringy.
The thing is, like, besides just being wrong, a lot of times, like, oh man, you can't, my body's a temple and I don't want to mark up my temple. Fam, you ever seen the temple?
Yeah, exactly. Shut up.
The whole thing is stained glass windows and shit painted on the ceiling, fam.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Fuck off. But like besides that, like there's so much that like again, as long as you're not getting like fucking Nazi tattoos, I'm not gonna shit on your tattoos.
We all need bad tattoos.
Do you have a bad tattoo?
No, I don't.
Do you have a tattoo that you don't like as much as your other ones?
I'm not gonna say on the pod at all about anything about my tattoos.
Fair.
I'll tell you after though.
Fair.
How I feel.
My favorite tattoo and the tattoo that I'm not the biggest fan of were done by the same person, and that's what taught me about styles.
Mm-hmm.
The guy's fucking great. I will never ever say a bad thing about his work. But no, I just asked him one time. I was like, "Hey man, my first tattoo. This is my first tattoo, so I like really went easy on it." And I just asked him like, "Hey man, I saw this. Can you do this?" And he's like, "Yeah, I can probably do that." And so like that just wasn't his forte, which is fine. When he did my other arm, holy shit, bro, completely different.
My thing is, I just wish I started my left arm with my current tattoo artist who's gonna finish it.
Oh yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. No,
just because there's gonna be two different styles on one arm, you know.
So I'm seeing so the tattoo artist that just did my left arm, the van, she's fucking great.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing
she did a real good job.
She did an excellent job. And I'm seeing somebody on Saturday to do something on my forearm. And from what's been drawn up, she looks like she's going to do great.
Awesome.
But I'm super interested in seeing how these different styles mesh. And actually, this goes back to like why I kind of got out of like wanting to do fashion and apparel, is because I realized that I did not want to wear all one brand. Like personally.
Yeah.
I would wear it because it was me. I would just wear all my brand. And then I realized, like, I don't really want to do that. Like, I want to mix different things and see how different things work together. That's always been my game. So that's kind of why, like, I realized, like, man, I'm just going to do these black and white shirts, and then I'm going to be pissed off that I can't do more of them. Let me just not do this and leave it to somebody who's passionate about their fashion. So that's kind of, you know, I was telling my dad, he's like, oh, man, you used to make shirts. What happened to that? I'm like, want to go a different direction.
It's understandable.
Yeah. Let's see. What's the other thing before we get to Lana Del Rey? Fuck, I had something for you.
Lana Del Rey, we're really going to talk about her?
A little bit. We kind of have to. Well, no, we don't have to do shit, to be honest.
Well, it's not that. I didn't really hear what she said, so you're going to have to tell me.
Okay, so...
I just know that she said some racist-ass shit. That's it.
Pretty much. So, like, basically what she said was, like, due to the success of Kalani, Doja Cat, which I was like, Doja Cat? It's like, the list is weird. It's like Kalani, Doja Cat, Nicki Minaj, and Beyonce. I was like, those are 2, possibly 3 completely different genres of music.
Yep.
Like, depending on where you put...
But Doja Cat makes some good-ass music,
I love Doja Cat.
She makes some great music.
I love Doja... The reason why I say they're different is because, like, is Doja Cat a rapper? Not sure. I think there's sometimes where she goes more to the pop side.
God, it's hard to...
I'm not gonna... I like Doja Cat. So it's like, doesn't really matter. But that just shows how scatterbrained this idea was. Because if she would have just said, because of success from Kalani and Beyonce, I'd be like, okay, cool. 2 R&B singers.
Yeah.
All right, bet. Or she said Nicki Minaj and Doja Cat, I'd be like, all right, cool, 2 rappers. Or she said Doja Cat and Kalani, I'd be like, okay, cool. Younger artists than you. Mm-hmm. Or if you said Beyonce and Nicki Minaj, okay, cool, more established artists. But all 4 of them just felt like, oh, there's an agenda here. So she's like, due to their success about... let me actually just read it off, because she even did it in that dumbass typewriter font, too. That's how I knew it was some bullshit.
Of course her fucking ass did it on typewriter font. Fucking weirdo. Hipsters, bro.
So, did she take it down? Wow, she left it up. Shout out to her. She goes...
Shout out to her.
Question for the culture, which, first of all, get the fuck out of here. Now that Doja Cat, Ariana, Camila, Cardi B, Kalani...
She brought up Ariana. She put Ariana in there.
And just Camila Cabello.
Yeah.
Cardi B, Kalani, Nicki Minaj, and Beyonce have had number 1s with songs about being sexy, wearing no clothes, fucking, cheating, etc. Can I please go back to singing about being embodied, feeling beautiful by being in love, even if the relationship is not perfect, or dancing for money, or whatever I want, without being crucified or saying that I'm glamorizing abuse? Damn.
Shut the fuck up. That's all I gotta say.
And she goes, I'm not a feminist, but there has to be a place in feminism for women who look and act like me. Bam.
That's so fucking racist.
And then she followed up with, the kind of woman who says no, but men hear yes. That's women.
Wow.
So,
wow.
When I first, because I like, here's the thing that fucking bugs me. I like Lana Del Rey.
Yeah, so do I. I thought she made, I mean, I still think she makes great music, but why would she come out and say that?
Which leads me to my next question, because you said it earlier. When was the point that you realized you didn't fuck with an artist? Because for me, it was her last album. I tried 4 times to listen to that shit.
I only listened to her first album, and I never listened to anything other than that.
Are you missing much? You're missing some good A$AP Rocky features.
Oh, A$AP?
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I definitely got to get on that.
A$AP Rocky features.
Okay.
On a couple of them.
Okay.
But like, because here's what I noticed, and let me pull out my phone again, because this is what we do now. Scream Man. Wait, Liked by Kevin Abstract. God damn it, Kevin Abstract. That's the lead singer of Brockhampton. Liked by Kevin Abstract. Fuck out of here, Kevin Abstract. But here's the thing, is that like...
Can we just say that Brockhampton is whack as fuck?
I like Brockhampton. But... I completely understand why you feel that way.
Okay, cool.
And I get it. I understand.
Okay.
But like, okay, so her first studio album, which 2010, which I don't think, yeah, no, we're not counting that, because that is her Infinite. If she was Eminem, that's her Infinite.
Mm-hmm.
Right? No one really talks about it. But Born to Die, you've got Born to Die. That's what it's called.
Yeah.
You've got, where the fuck is the actual? Just give me the fucking Wikipedia. Chill the fuck out, man. All right, I really don't care about the promotion. I just really just want to see the goddamn. But when you look at a lot of her songs, track listing, Jesus Christ, okay. When you look at a lot of her songs, so this one's actually, I think, didn't she have a version with A$AP Rocky of
National Anthem? Yeah.
National Anthem, yeah.
They came out with the video together.
So yeah, A$AP Rocky's in National Anthem. And then you have her next album, and I think there's another A$AP feature on there.
Well, he wasn't featured as like on a song. He was just in the video.
But that means he's still part of the creation. Because at some point she was like, okay,
because he played Kennedy.
Oh yeah, he did. That's
cool. Or he played the president, not Kennedy, but you know.
No, he can be the president. I'm cool with that. But yeah, and I think he's got another song on. See, he's not giving me every writer or everyone that was on this, like every feature. But a lot of these songs have like very. Like, she's got different writers and, like, different groups of people. And you can kind of tell that she had, like, different features being written in, you know, and stuff like that. Like, A$AP appears on a lot of these. And she's got, I know in recent ones, she's got Playboy Cardi, too. And then she's got, like, a completely different, like, out of nowhere, she just makes this love song.
Yo, man, hold on. Speaking of Playboy Cardi... I listened to Igor again today, and I listened to Earthquake, obviously. What the fuck is he saying in that song?
Who?
Playboy Cardi.
Probably whatever the fuck he wants.
True, but like, dude, I could not understand one thing he was saying. But like, I fucked with it. Like, you know, it was hard.
Me and Legend were just talking about that today, where it's like, there was a song that I didn't like, but like, I fuck with it.
Yeah.
Fuck, what was it?
There's so much mumble rap out there that like, I fuck with. Or, you know, quote-unquote mumble rap.
But, like, okay, so her 4th album, she sings a Nina Simone song. And then she has a song with, like, A$AP Rocky. And then out of fucking nowhere, she just makes this, like, weird love song that's, like, completely different than all of her other albums. And it just, like... And that's when I kind of... like, there's no A$AP features. There's no, like... It all sounds kind of the same. And I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, this, like, she's never had a picture with her and another dude on any cover ever. And then this is the cover of her latest album.
It doesn't seem right.
It doesn't seem right. It seems weird. So I was like, oh, okay, now I see how this is going.
Yeah, because, like, no.
But before people are like, oh, you're just shitting on women. I felt the same way about A$AP, or not A$AP Rocky. No, actually, I felt the complete opposite way about ASAP Rocky. I fucking love testing. But Chance the Rapper. When he had Acid Rap and when he had 10 Day and then I was like, all right, cool. 10 Day's not great, but
it was alright. But Acid Rap's the only good thing he's ever came out with, in my opinion.
Still will fight for Surf.
I understand why.
He's the lead singer of a group album on that. Like, that's not even like a chance.
Yeah, no. Like, I understand why people like Surf. It wasn't my cup of tea.
Fair. But, when you first listened to, like, when you first started up Coloring Book, you were like, oh, shit.
Yeah, dude. Like, I liked it at first, but it did not age well.
Not at all.
Like, I like most of the songs. I don't even like Juke Jam on there. Like, I don't like... I only like the one with Lil Wayne.
Yeah. Actually, no problems.
No problem. Yeah.
When it first started, I was like, all right, this is kind of dope. And then right afterwards, I was like, ah, shit. Damn it. Well, cross Chance off the list. Fuck.
Yeah,
I like Chance too.
And then he came out with this last thing, and I'm like, what the fuck is this,
bro?
But
there's certain rappers like B.O.B. was the guy. I'm like, damn. You know, I felt bad about B.O.B. because out of nowhere, probably 2 months ago, I was like, damn, whatever happened to B.O.B.? He's released 7 albums since we last stopped really listening to him.
No way.
Yeah, no, he's released a bunch of shit.
That's bad, dude. I don't even know that.
Man, I felt bad.
What's T.I. doing?
Fam. I don't think he's with T.I. anymore.
Oh, he's not with Grand Hustle no more?
I have no idea. But kind of Wale kind of fell into that too, where
you know Travis Scott's with T.I.? He signed to T.I.
I knew on Antidote he was. I didn't know he still was signed to.
Well, I don't know if he still is, but I know that Rodeo, he was definitely signed.
Yeah, he was signed to Grand Hustle, yeah. Because that's how how do you pull Antidote besides... or not Antidote.
Dude, to this day, I think...
Echelon.
Yeah, that's such a good song.
It is.
Al Farrow was really good. And Days Before Rodeo. But Rodeo is probably his best project to date. Just because...
I think the scariest thing about Travis Scott... So I played Birds in the Trap Sing... So me and Valor were talking.
I love the beginning of that album and the rest of it.
I don't know, man. I really like that. But...
it depends. Like, I just don't think that the end of the album is as strong as the beginning.
It's not. It kind of fades off.
Yeah, exactly.
But the thing I was talking to Valor. Valor's like, I don't really like Travis Scott. And I was like, you definitely do. And he's like, what? He's like, what the fuck? I'm like, no, you definitely do. He's like, okay, you know what? I don't think I like Travis Scott fans. I'm like, that's completely valid.
Yeah, I understand that.
That's completely valid. So I played Birds in the Trap Sing McKnight. He's like, yo, who was that? I'm like, Travis Scott. He's like, oh, all right, cool. And when you really get away from it,
Travis fans want to be Kid Cudi fans so bad.
Does
that make sense? Just because of the fact that they always say oh, Travis saved my life. Like, dude, how did Antidote save your life?
Shit's about popping pills and shit.
Yeah, how did that save your... Please tell me. I watched the documentary on, what is it? For Astroworld? The Netflix one. But Look, Mom, I Could Fly or whatever. Dude, so many kids were like, yeah, he saved my life. I'm like, dude, what was he talking about?
I thought that was weird when I started hearing that about XXXTentacion.
Oh my God! What the fuck was he talking about?
Lil Peep, I'll give you a pat. And
I don't even give Lil Peep a pass. What the fuck was Peep talking about? Please tell me.
The crazy thing is, they're all Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi birthed all of them.
For sure, dude. For sure, he definitely birthed them. But he's not. They're not having the same content as Kid Cudi.
No, not at all.
No.
Which you could argue Kid Cudi was kind of birthed by Kanye, but then not really.
Not really. I mean, he's a sect of Kanye. A sect.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's why. Well, it's funny because people are like, "Man, why do you love Kanye West so much?" Because I hate when people talk shit about Kanye West, even though kind of deserves a lot of it now.
But, yeah, he definitely deserves a lot of it now. But
somebody was like, "So why do you love Kanye so much?" I'm like, "Everything you like about music is because of Kanye West." Everything you like about music.
Now, new age
right
rap.
Now,
right?
No, not even rap.
After 808s.
You like about music from 2005 on is because of Kanye West.
Yep.
Oh, do you like old soul chipmunk vocals? Yeah, Kanye West.
Kanye. and then Akon.
I think that's just his voice.
No. I'm talking about
like on the samples.
Lonely, yeah, Lonely.
But like,
By the way, that was a great album.
The
Akon album.
Yeah,
I love that album.
But like, hey, do you like spoken word kind of rap? Yeah,
Kanye.
Which I know he wasn't the first to do it. First to do it mainstream though.
Yeah.
Hey, do you like?
Well, like he had. I was listening to All Falls Down. All Falls Down.
Yes.
Dude, that's a mainstream song, but it was all conscious.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
hey, J. Cole, that's you.
Yep. Facts.
Like good J. Cole though. Like,
yeah.
we talked about this.
I know you
J.
don't
Cole,
like
Kendrick,
KOD, but I love KOD.
I just think that 2014 Forest Hills Drive is better.
I won't argue that at all. I could see why.
Like, he just sounds. I like when J. Cole sounds like he's into an album. He sounds great, and I think I probably would like KOD better if I didn't hear Kendrick Lamar do it better 8 months before.
I guess, bro. I mean, they're talking about two completely different things.
Let's be completely real, though. When was the last time you listened to Damn? When was the last time you listened to KOD?
I've listened to KOD more than I listened to Damn.
When was the last time you listened to either of them?
I listened to DNA today.
No, I mean Damn.
Like the whole album?
Yeah.
I would say about a month or two ago. I definitely listened to it.
Before that, though, like
before that, I would say like
in
it's
your rotation?
a year. No, definitely not.
In like it's KOD like in your rotation?
Yes,
it is.
It is. I listen to it all the time. It depends on the mood I'm in, you know.
Yeah. Because like certain songs, like of course DNA, like the new Grand Theft.
I love DNA. That bass on that song.
The new Mortal fucking Kombat video had DNA. As the title track. Which shout out to. I know you're not like huge into video games, but like shout out to and I don't fuck on Mortal Kombat. Shout out to Mortal Kombat getting Terminator and RoboCop in a game though.
Word. That's dope.
Yeah, but no, like everything you like about Kanye, like. Hey, do you like that rock artists are starting to do like heavier stuff with drum and bass that sounds a little hip hoppy? Yeah, that's Kanye. Do you like that rappers are starting to bring in indie rock art? Yeah, that's Kanye.
Yep.
Do you like these?
Do you like Tame Impala? Kanye. I'm just kidding. I'm fucking with you.
Tame Impala. I mean, we kind of got that.
I don't know his last album.
We got Bon Iver.
His new album. Oh, man. Can we just talk about Tame Impala for a second?
Always.
Okay, look. Currents. He'll never get on the level of Currents ever again. Because that album is untouchable in my opinion. Just because, like, how do you start with Let It Happen? That intro is fucking insane.
Any album that makes me feel like I'm on drugs and I'm not on drugs is crazy.
Yes. Like, that album makes me feel like I'm in a different dimension.
It does.
But his new album sounds like his older shit.
Which is fine, especially because it's just him.
Yeah, of course. I get it. Like, I understand.
But holy shit, Currents.
I was expecting Currents for some reason. And that's
the
bad.
hardest thing to do as, like...
That's what sucks as a listener is, like, you can't expect them to do the same thing.
Which is kind of the reason why, like, I kind of love Yeezus. Is because, like, it starts off and it's basically like a middle finger.
Yeah. The whole fucking album is a middle finger.
But, like, the way it starts, like, he doesn't, like, even, like, oh, man, you know what?
He doesn't ease into it all years. Like, the fucking synths and everything.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
I keep saying, it's like it's like when you first watch Goodfellas, and you watch a dude get shot in the head in the back of a car and then stabbed, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yep. This is how it goes.
I love that.
I love that movie.
Well, shit. This is
it.
Yeah. But yeah, no shout out to Lana Del Rey because...
Yeah, back to that. No.
The fuck?
She's tripping, bro.
Put A$AP Rocky back on an album.
I don't think A$AP's going to fuck with her anymore.
I'm so glad you said that because I was actually thinking about this today. A$AP Rocky has always said that he's not really political or conscious.
That's true.
Do you think that being in jail, getting
slipping
older,
on semen...
Forgot about that. But do you think that like hearing a girl that like even if they're not a thing, which like shut up, they totally were. Even if they're not, even if they weren't a thing, that's a friend. That's kind of shitted on a lot of the people that he presumably would be close to.
Yeah, I feel like he's gonna have a talk with her.
Or do you think that this is when we start seeing a more conscious, maybe not conscious, because this is something I wonder about Drake too. Do you think that we start seeing a more conscious side of Drake and Rocky in these kind of like, I don't want to say pop rappers because that's not quite it, but like these guys that typically don't deal with conscious subjects? Like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, we know what they're about. We know that they're about it. But wait, guys like ASAP, the whole mob, to be honest, guys that typically don't do that sort of music, do you think we start seeing them speak about more conscious things the older they get?
Yes. Yes and no.
I wouldn't be surprised to see like ASAP talk a little bit more about, because he's talked about like religion before. He's touched on race at points. I think his next album after, like, I think that we could see a lot more different, but we could see different things from Rocky in the future. I don't know if Drake will be the same. But I feel like Drake is a little bit different with his content. Was the same. Sure. I feel like Drake's a little bit different though, because I feel like Drake's way of being conscious is like he brings in a lot of different sounds. Mm-hmm. So he'll like out of nowhere, he'll be like, "Yo, I found this rapper from England."
Yeah.
And I feel like that's kind of how he does things. Which, I mean, when I think about Drake though, the thing like you're never. I don't think Drake is ever going to please the rap nerds. Like the backpack rap nerds.
Oh, no, for sure not.
Because I was thinking about it and I was like, oh, Drake, okay, cool. Drake brought in fucking Giggs. Well, I knew who Giggs was. And it's like, yeah, but you're also a rap nerd who, like, knows about grime and shit. So, like, of course you're never going to be happy with Drake because, like...
He's not what you're looking for.
Right. And so, like, because I've definitely eased off my Drake hate in the past couple years. I still stand by the original reason why I didn't like him and why I don't really listen to his music, but I've definitely eased off the Drake hate in the past.
Good. Well, no, he's a good artist.
It's not for me, dude.
I get it. I get that it's not for you.
Yeah, that's all. Now, the thing that I will die on is that LL Cool J, Nelly, and Drake are the same rapper.
You've said that before, and I think I've agreed.
Pop rappers who have, you know, some like rapidy rap hits, but primarily are like, you know, more poppy and you know, appeal to
I'll say more LL.
Nelly, he's kind of hit that Nelly. He's kind of hit that Nelly more recently with like, you know, songs where he doesn't really talk necessarily like about women. They're just like Hell Yeah, Fucking Right. Like I can hear Nelly doing some shit like that.
Nelly. Doing Hell Yeah Fucking Right would be hilarious.
Did you see... Oh, I'm so glad we're talking about this now. Did you see the verses for Nelly and Ludacris?
Nah, I heard about it, though.
Fam.
I heard his internet was horrible.
It always is. You forget how many hits Nelly had.
But I heard he lost.
If you're watching these battles to determine a winner or loser, you're doing it wrong.
True. You got me there.
Because what I'm imagining now... Because they said, my mom was like, man, can you imagine Nelly and Ludacris tour? And I was like, holy shit.
That'd be so
I was like, yo, hell yeah. Ugh. And then like 5 minutes later, Nelly's like, yo, do you want to go on tour? And I was like, okay. Me and Richie talk about like business shit on the podcast a lot. I don't think that Nelly and Ludacris can do that.
Yeah, they could.
You think that they can just set up a tour like...
If they did a Millennium tour...
No, actually, you know what I'd really much rather see? I don't think they'll do this. I think it's a lot of artists that you need to move a lot. You'd have to move heaven and earth for this. Versus Festival.
Ooh.
Just have like one stage and have each person going back and forth doing their hit songs. Maybe like a 5 or 10 song set. Just go back and forth and bring on the next person.
That'd be so dope.
Oh my god, dude. Or if you made it like a big festival... I don't like. Apparently, DMX versus Eminem is coming up soon. Well, somebody was like, "Yo, do you like Eminem? Like, who can top Eminem in a versus battle for like hit for hit?" And I'm like, kind of a lot of rappers, if we're being honest. Jay-Z, Lil Wayne.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Like, there's a lot of rappers who can beat Eminem hit for hit. Mm-hmm. Now, in a rap battle, that list gets a little bit shorter. But as far as hit for hit, there's a lot of rappers with like 20 hits.
Or they've written 20 hits.
Yeah,
too.
Jay-Z, Snoop Dogg. Just off top, Jay-Z, Snoop Dogg. DMX is actually going to be an interesting one because I think DMX is like 4 or 5. 4 is like, ugh.
Yeah. He's probably written a lot of hits that we don't know about.
That's probably true, actually. But I think a Versus Festival would be crazy.
That'd be so cool if they actually ever did that.
I don't know how you do it. I feel like just
have them perform their songs. And
shit. Yeah. I think that would be the best bet. And maybe instead of going 20 songs, because 20 songs, that's a long ass set. Because you'd be doing it for 2 people, so that's a 40-song set. That's nuts.
Well, I think they should just do like snippets of the songs.
I'd be okay with that, or I'd be okay with like a 5-song set back and forth, where they're not really.
They can do a lot with like lights and
a
lot of shit. That'd be kind of cool.
But like a real festival, like you definitely fly out to LA or Vegas.
Oh yeah, for sure. People going from all over the place.
Oh yeah. So I think that'd be cool. I don't see them doing that. I think a Versus tour would be crazy too.
You know what's gonna suck? We're probably not gonna go to a concert till next year.
So I was talking to my pops about that, and I've written this year off, to be honest with you. Here's what I mean though. This year to me is over.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm so serious though. Like, bro, we're down 20 going into halftime. It's almost June. They're talking. It's almost June and shit's just now opening up. So this probably won't be really open until July, maybe August. They're talking about a second wave in September.
Yep.
That's going to take us to November at the least. This year's fucking over.
I can't believe they're going to have to cancel fucking Halloween. It's the only thing I'm pissed off about is Halloween.
What was our plan for Halloween? Oh, yeah, we're going to go as Jules and Vince from...
Yeah, dude.
Fuck! But, no, like, this year's over, man. Like, go watch a basketball game. If you're down 20 with 30 seconds left in the
Apparently it's
quarter,
coming back June 22nd. NBA.
Wait, okay, cool.
I don't know how true that is. I just saw it on Twitter somewhere.
Here's my thing. Okay, cool. So, let's be real. Have you missed it?
Hell yeah, I've missed it.
Here's what I mean by that. What have you been doing in the crib now?
Nothing.
Designing clothes.
Well, yeah, of course.
Were you doing that when you were watching LeBron?
Nah.
That's what I'm saying.
But I could get inspired to do it.
That's true, but, like, that's my thing now is that, like, bro, I'm, like, writing articles, recording podcasts, doing all this stuff. I don't have time to just sit there anymore.
We have time to watch MMA, though.
We make time to watch MMA.
True.
And that's only come back in the past 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And we were still recording
3 events in 1 week,
that's
basically.
Insane.
That's insane.
That's insane. That's crazy. But, like, that's what I'm saying is that, like, I feel like we have so much more time now, dude.
We definitely have more time to create.
I drove to work today because I needed to go pick something up. Dude, I left at... So I had to go pick up my car from... did I tell the podcast about my car? Oh, updated my car. Dropped off my car at Camelback Kia last week. And shout out to me just dropping that name. Sorry.
Camelback Kia.
No, I dropped off my car at the dealership the other day, or last week. And I didn't hear any callbacks or anything like that, which, I mean, I get it. I understand. Call them back on like Tuesday, Monday or Tuesday. Hey, yo, so just checking on my car, making sure that I got there cool. You know, I had it towed last week. Want to make sure that I got to the right place. Oh, yeah, dude. What's going on? So I'm waiting on a new engine for you.
New engine?
You remember that when I said that?
Oh, yeah, the warranty, yeah. Or the
recall, bro.
The recall, exactly.
So I'm like, wait, a new engine? He's like, yeah. I'm like, wait, am I covered under the recall? He's like, yeah, bro. Problem is, I don't know when the new engine's going to show up. That's cool. Take your time. I'm not mad about it, man. Just, do your thing. Question, though, I got some stuff I need to do this week. Do you have a rental car for me? Yeah. Cool. Today I went down, picked up the rental car. They set up the rental car for me on Monday. Okay? It's, what, Thursday? It's Thursday. So that's 4 days right there.
Mm-hmm.
I go in the spot. lady's super cool. She's like, hey, listen, we're gonna go ahead and help you. Let me just call in, make sure that it's cool, because you were supposed to come in Monday, and you came in Thursday, so you were scheduled for 14 days in a rental car. Let me just see if that's still valid. Again, cool. I get it. Not mad at all. After like 10 minutes on the phone or so, she's like, hey, so I'm not sure what's going on with your car. You have this rental for 19 days.
Hell yeah.
Fam. Do you know what that must mean for that engine? They have to replace the whole engine. They have to ship it from who the fuck knows where.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're giving me this rental car for almost a month? Dude. I'm never seeing that car again.
Yeah, you are.
No, I'm definitely
They're probably going to give you a new car, though.
Bro, do you know how long it's going to take?
Yeah, it is.
Because you're shipping... I don't think that... more than likely it's not manufactured overseas, even though it's a Kia. Which I don't even think Kias are manufactured overseas, to be honest. But more than likely...
What is Kia?
I don't know.
Whatever.
But, like, I thought it was... Somebody told me it's Korean, but I know for sure Hyundai is Korean.
I have no clue.
Me neither. But, like, do you know how long it's going to take for to get an engine? Because, like, I got, like, Billionaire Boys Club stuff that hasn't come from New York.
Yeah.
like
yeah.
I have sunglasses that haven't come from New York. How long do you think it's going to take me to get a fucking engine from who the fuck knows where?
Mm-hmm.
So that just surprised me because, like, just because Arizona's opened up, I didn't realize how many places are still like, nah.
We're not open.
Dude, it's crazy. It's nuts. Like, that car, it's going to be a while. So I was a little bit pissed, though, because they're like, oh, if you want, we have a new Kia Optima, though. And I was like, I kind of wanted, like, a different car. Like, I just wanted to see something new. And she's like, well, can you fit into a Chevy Cruze? And I was like, just give me the fucking Optima.
Yeah, what the fuck? You fit in a Chevy Cruze, suck my fucking dick.
Stop it. Stop making jokes.
Chevy Cruze.
Right?
I'm way too fucking big for that.
Like, and she looked at me, too. She's like,
nah.
Can you fit in a Chevy Cruze? I was like, come on, man.
Come on, don't be doing this to me.
Yeah, how that's going to look, man. Chill.
Yeah, dude.
That was a solid hour and a half, too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see, what else we got? Oh, actually, hey, big announcement that Jacob already fucking did for me in a way better way than I planned on doing.
Yep.
Yeah, just hired on Jacob as a writer.
Hell yeah.
So he'll be doing interviews, and honestly, he's pretty much one of those whatever he wants things.
It's dope, man.
But yeah, I just hired him on as a writer, and I talked to him about something because my friend from middle school is starting a sneaker resale business.
Respect.
Here's my question, though. And, I mean, whatever. Here's my question. I need to generate revenue for the site. Like, I need to at this point. Especially if I plan on doing events and stuff in the future. Because right now, for the past 3 years, it's all been out of pocket. The one thing I was thinking, was seeing if some people would let me host their clothes and shoes and shit in a store online. So I was thinking, like, yo, these sneaker resale, I could probably host your stuff online. Do you think that's a good business to get into, though?
Fuck yeah.
Not selling sneakers. Hosting a sneaker
Yeah, of
resale.
course.
Do you think it is?
Yeah.
Like, just basically being another GOAT StockX.
Yeah, why not, dude?
I don't know. I feel kind of weird about it because, like, part of me feels like, yo, just leave it alone. Like, just do the articles and stick to that. But another part of me is like, yeah, but, I mean, I see other blogs that are kind of like, it's a blog and a streetwear, like the Hundreds.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you pull up the Hundreds website, there's a blog that talks about, like, his opinions and all his things that he wants to, talk about. And right next to it is his clothing line.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, fuck, is that something I want to do? Do I want to host that kind of thing? Because, like, I would be cool doing art, for sure. But I just feel kind of weird because, like, I don't want it to be where now all this writing is going to waste because people are just seeing what... I don't know. I just feel weird about it, so I'm trying to get good advice. But
I get where you're coming from. I get where you're coming from with it. If you just want to stick to articles, then don't do it. If you want your main focus to be the articles, then don't do it.
Okay. Because I think that's more. Again, I would be super down with like art, music.
Yeah.
Maybe I was thinking like maybe I would do like in your situation, your clothes. I got a couple friends who do clothes, things like that. I'd be cool with. Other than that, I don't know.
Word.
I just don't know. So like I asked Jacob, and shout out to Jacob too, because like I asked him about it, and the first thing he said was, "Let me think about this and get back to you," which is like, that's real shit. So I've been talking to him. I've been talking to a couple other people who I know, and they've kind of been like, the big consensus was pretty much that, like, yo, listen, if you feel kind of weird about this, I wouldn't fuck with it, but you just know what you're getting into. And I'm like, I don't. Because me, I don't typically buy resale shoes. I can't afford what they're trying to get in a 15. You know what I mean? So like I'll typically buy a first run, or you know, if I happen to see it, but it's just one of those things where I'm like, shit, man, like I know I need revenue. I just don't know where to.
Here's the thing, I wouldn't do it on the side. I would just do it on the side. Trying to create revenue. If you want to, I mean, you don't have to host it. You could probably resell your own sneakers.
I know Valor's reselling some.
It's easy. It's so easy.
But like I mean, if I was looking at that, that's easy. Yeah, that's easy. That's not. I was just thinking like, shit, man, like being a host, because that's what I really want to do is like, that's like, for example, I've been doing that with some people like oh fuck, what was his name? Like Valor. Valor was talking about you know, something that he's considering getting into, and I hooked him up with the right person to talk to. And who was another person? I just have so many people that I'm like, okay, this isn't my lane, but I know who can do this. And so that to me feels like it's you were the other person. Where it's like, hey man, I just found this and this that you can do for your brand. Hey bro, I just found this and this. Hey bro, I just found, and so like that is like my lane, like just kind of being that consultant type of person, and that's what I would like to do is like being able to host opportunities for people, but I'm just not sure if sneaker resale is the way to do it compared to like art sales and like art prints and shit.
Then don't go for it if you don't feel like it's the right thing to do.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
That's true. Yeah, that's a really good point. That's really good. So, I mean, shit, that was easy.
Yeah, right? Well, shit. Hour and a half.
Solid hour and a half.
Killed it.
Hour and a half, all killer, no filler, man. That's hell yeah. So, alright, you got anything to plug? How much more?
Still the same. Nobody's been buying anything yet.
Yo, Arizona just reopened and summer's not canceled. Buy a fucking hat.
Hats are sold.
Oh, shit.
I need to buy more hats.
Buy fucking...
Shirts.
Oh, you're not selling any shirts in the summer. Everybody's been working on their beach body during quarantine, fam.
T-shirts.
Yo, girls, start buying shirts and cropping these. Guys, too, if you want.
That's what I'm saying, yo. Like small, medium, that's all like girl sizes and stuff.
You just gotta sell them all to your girlfriend.
Yeah, I know, right? Shit.
Yo, is this too big? Doesn't matter.
Wear
it's a sleep shirt now.
Wear it. Yeah. But yeah, just go to reminiscent.com. Follow me at official. Wait, not official. Or yeah, follow me at official reminiscent or reminiscent Richie on Instagram.
So I've been working on that album, bro. These roadblocks are hitting a little different now.
Yeah.
Because I'm hitting some roadblocks now, and I'm like trying to figure out like, shit, how do I want to say this? It's a little different now. Like, it's fun. Because it's not coming nearly as naturally, so I have to like think about it. Like today it was crazy because I got through like an entire like verse. I was almost done, and I read it back, and I was like, these two, like the first half and the second half don't thematically fit at all. Just scrap the whole thing. I was like, well, fuck. Here we are, back to where I was last week.
Yep. Shit.
Like I said, I'm trying to get that shit out by October though. I'm trying to get that shit out so I can launch it. When you... Oh, yo, so I texted you out of nowhere Harlem Yacht Club the other day. So,
yeah, I think I was asleep when he sent it.
Yeah, probably. So, the idea that I had from that was like, how could we like streetify like rich people clothes? Then I kind of realized that like ASAP Rocky did that with Guess like 10 years ago.
Like 2 years ago.
Yeah, with the Guess Sap or whatever it was.
That shit was dope.
It was.
Because the 2 S's were dollar signs.
But like, I was just thinking about that, like, because we don't know why Guess jumped on that shit. But like, can you imagine like if we did shit like that, like just like to make fun of like all the fucking Scottsdale kids or whatever? Like if we just did like this Harlem Yacht Club.
That wouldn't be a bad idea.
That would be like doing some like crazy cut and sew type designs. Like, so I got these like Anchor shorts on right now because I found them at TJ Maxx. I'm not gonna lie to you. I found them at TJ Maxx and I was like, yo, I could put some fire on them.
Who cares? TJ Maxx is all. I love TJ Maxx.
I love TJ Maxx. But no, like imagine if these were like brass knuckles. Like that'd be fire.
Yeah.
I just think that there's a lot to do with that. I don't know how we start doing like cut and sew type shit.
You have to figure it out, man.
Yeah. But yeah, I was just thinking about some stuff because I was also thinking about, man, we gotta get some cool reminiscent starving artist stuff out. And then I got really, really sleepy, and I realized that if you switch around the letters in SARC for starving artist and reminiscent clothing, it spells out cars. And then I was like, all right, cool, enough of that shit.
Cars.
I was like, yo, that's a dope brand name, Cars. I'm like, oh, the fuck it's not. And then it just hit me. I'm like, yo, Scar, too. And I'm like, it doesn't mean anything.
Scar? That'd be stupid.
Starving clothing artist reminiscent?
Nah.
It's fucking dumb. Yeah, we know.
That's retarded. Wait, I shouldn't say retarded. That's mean. It's not a good word. Excuse me.
Leaving that in just so we can show the growth.
Facts.
Yeah, leaving that in just so we can show the growth. But I got a couple articles coming out soon. I want to do something for
read the articles.
Andre Harrell and Little Richard, rest in peace, because
R.I.P.
Those guys built everything that we do.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that we do. Rest in peace, Willie K. Huge, big time Hawaiian songwriter who died a couple days ago. Rest in peace, Willie K. Rest in peace, fucking Shad Gaspard, man. Pro wrestler.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, rest in peace, Shad from Crime Time. That's fucking. That shit hit me, man.
What happened to him? I don't even know the story.
Him and his son were swimming. They live in California. Him and his son were swimming, and he got caught in a rip current, which, you know what a rip current is?
Yeah, I know what it is.
So he got caught in a rip current, him and his son, and when the lifeguards came out, they could only get one person, and so he said, save my son. And then they found him washed up on the beach 2 days later.
That's sad.
Yeah, so rest in peace, Shad Gaspard, man. What they're doing now with this brand, this wrestling brand called Collar and Elbow, they have a shirt that all the proceeds go to Shad's family. So
Respect.
I'm probably going to cop one of those probably next week. I had to pay a car note this week, so
Respect.
Probably next week I'm going to get one of those. Yeah, dude, 2020 is fucking...
2020 is not our year, man.
No, you know, my pop said something dope, and I'll leave it here, but my dad was like, you know, everybody was excited about 2020 because, you know, it's clear vision, but I think what we got instead of foresight was hindsight. He's like, we've really, if you were smart, you've taken 2020 to reflect and, like, look inward. I was like, shit, you're right.
It's true.
Yo, when my dad is on, my dad's on. Like, shit, man.
Fuck.
We have this joke in our family because we saw Pirates of the Caribbean like 4 times, and he didn't realize that he'd seen it once until like the 4th time. I'm like, Dad, we've definitely shown you this before. So we have this joke that like, oh, okay, no, this is Pirates of the Caribbean all over again. But like, being real, when it comes to shit like that, my dad is fucking like, he knows exactly. Because he's right, man. Like, this has all been about like just hindsight.
Mm-hmm.
Just hindsight and insight, man.
Yeah.
But not to be a downer. Not to preach. A little bit to preaching. I'm not gonna lie. We were preaching a little bit. Let's see. So yeah, Starving Artist got some articles I'm working on. Working on a new series called The Primer, where basically I break down all the things that we love. So been working on a streetwear one for a couple weeks now. Trying to talk about like the biggest old school brands that are still accessible. Like stuff like that. And the biggest newer brands that are accessible. Example, Chinatown Market, you can buy at Urban Outfitters for like $50.
Mm-hmm.
Not even that, actually. I saw one for like 20. So, yeah, right? I was like, Chinatown fucking Market? All right, cool. But, yeah, so that sounds like that's it. It was good to see you.
Good to see you too, sir. Sorry, my tooth is hurting. I need some painkillers.
It's all good. Just morphine straight to
the vein.
Yep. No, by the way, no, we're not doing morphine.
I'm joking.
Yeah. Please don't do morphine.
It's just Tylenol extra strength. It's all good.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace. Or until he says.
I'm just gonna let it go. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm just gonna let it go. Like this is like a outro track. Or we can do our own theme music.
All right, peace for real this time. Bye.
Bye.